Okay, guys, good morning. So, today we are going to learn about encryption. Encryption in S3. So, how can we do encryption? Why should we do the encryption first of all? Then, how can we do encryption in S3? What are the different types of encryption? All these things we are going to cover today. Hello, sorry, I was on mute. So, today we are going to cover encryption. Okay, encryption in S3. So, why we have to do encryption? What is encryption first of all? What are different type of encryption in S3? We have to cover that. Okay, and how we can enable encryption on S3? We are going to see that in S3 lab. So in general, what is encryption first of all? Anybody has any idea what is encryption? Why it's important to encrypt the data? Let's take example. This is one sentence. This is one line which you need to communicate to this other person. You need to send this information, this message to another person. Now, in general, you can send it, but you don't want anybody to receive this message. And if somebody receive this message, they will not able to they should not able to understand what's written in this message. So what you will do, you try to encrypt this message. So for that we require a key that is called encryption key. So let's say I just created a key as a and method is add key after each letter. This is a method. How to encrypt the message? By adding the key after each letter. So this is my message, and I'm trying to encrypt my data. Something like this. Adding key after each letter. So this is how a message is encrypted. There are n number of methods which can use to encrypt your message. Now tell me, if I'm sending this message to my third person, to let's say there is a person to whom I want to send this message, and I'm sending it this way. And while transmitting the message, somebody try to hack this message. Will he or she will able to understand what is written in this message? What's there? Will they will able to encode it? Will they be able to decode this message? I have encoded this message with a key and a method. If a third person who doesn't know what's the encryption methodology and what is the key, will they able to understand what is there? Will they be able to decrypt this message? Yes or no? Even if they are able to crack or hack the message, still they will not able to understand what is there in the message, right? Yes or no? Samaya, yes or no? So if you don't know what how to decrypt this message, you will not able to understand what's was the actual message. So where we are using encryption in a very large scale, where in general, when you might have seen in movies, army people, okay, generally encrypt their messages while transmitting to each other. They talk in encrypted. They talk uh, by encrypting their messages and communicating over to the second person or the other person receiving, and the person who received the message knows the key and the method how it is encrypted. So what I have to do, I have to just reverse. Okay, I have to just go the way I have encrypted this message. To decrypt this message, I just have to understand what is the methodology and do the reverse step, that is decryption. So adding a key after each letter is encryption. Decryption is removing the key after each letter. That's a description. Decrypting the messages. So this is a method, this is a methodology how the messages are encrypted. Now why we have to encrypt the message? So that if any person hacks our message while communicating or while the data is stored, they should not able to understand what is the information inside the file, inside the message. That's the reason why we encrypt this message. So this message was there, and using the key and methodology we have encrypted it. Anybody have any question, any doubt why encryption is important and what is encryption in general? So to safeguard our message, to safeguard our data, we while transmitting and even while storing the data in our hard disk or in our cloud, we should encrypt the data. Why? Because if somebody try to hack our communication or to hack our storage, they should not able to understand what is written inside the data. So basically, to secure our data, we should encrypt the data, our files, our data, our message, everything should be in encrypted format. Clear? Any question? Now coming to the cloud. So now we have seen that we are moving the data to S3. Now why we are moving the data to S3? Because S3 is one of the important service where we are keeping the data in cloud. If you have a company, the primary thing is to move the data, to have the data in cloud, right? Now you purchase a mobile, you purchase a laptop. What is the first thing you do? Generally, you transfer your data. That's why S3 is one of the first service I have covered, because we have to transfer our data. Every company, if you're working, will deal with data. So you should know where to keep the data. That is the S3. Now, if you're keeping your data in S3, you should encrypt it. So there are two ways, two things we have to understand. While transferring the data to S3 and after the data is transmitted, we should do the encryption. So there are two steps. One should encrypt the data. So let me now take this example as of now. Now take a hypothetical scenario. So just compare the data with your money, and you want to deposit your money to bank. Okay. Now, if you want to deposit the money to the bank, who is the responsible to bring the data to to the bank? Who should be responsible to bring the data to the bank? It is bank responsibility or it's your responsibility to securely move the data from your house to bank? किसकी responsibility है आपको, if you want to deposit the money to bank?
Our responsibility.
And this is called transition, right? You are moving from your house to bank. This is a transition. You are moving from one place to another, transiting, right? So you have to give a security. Agree? You have to give a security to your data. So while transferring the money, you need to make sure you are providing security similar to data. When you're transferring your data to cloud, okay, when you're transferring your data to cloud, it has to be secure because anybody can hack your data. Similar to the money, if you're moving from home to your bank, anybody can come and rob you, right? You might have seen many cases in news. Th- so people are coming from office to home or going to bank, they try to steal the money from the person. Even in movies you might have seen. Similarly, when you're uploading your data to S3 or when you're uploading your data to cloud, it should be in a secure channel. It should be secure. So how it is done, we will talk about that. Second, once the data, once the money is deposited into the bank, now who is responsible for providing the security to your money? Bank is responsible, right? Now, after depositing the money, there are a couple of ways the bank will do the security of your money according to the different schemes. First is you just go to the bank, you just deposit your money to the counter, and you get an entry in your account and you forget. You are not bothered about the cash which you have carried to the bank, how they are securing it. Okay, you just deposit the money. That's it. You're not bothered about how the bank is taking care of that money, where they are storing, okay, what level of security they are providing to your money. You're not bothered about it. You are just bothered about that whenever you go visit again to withdraw your money, bank should return back the money. That's it. Basically, your account sheet should be updated. Your account balance should be updated. That's it. And whenever you go next time, the bank should able to return your money. That's the thing. You're not bothered about how bank is making sure that money is secure in their vault. So this is the first terminology. Next, next is uh, you might have seen that you can go and purchase a locker in a bank. There is an option called you can opt for a locker. Okay, so in that case, what is the thing? Bank give you a key. Bank give you a key, and bank has its own key to access that particular locker. In this case, you are not asking bank to completely secure your data. You are asking that give me some provision that I am also want to participate in securing the data. So, okay, securing the money, sorry. So what bank is providing you? Bank is providing a key. So without that key, you will not able to access the data. Money. You're not able to access the whatever the information is there, whatever data is money or uh, things there inside the locker. You will not able to access it. The locker is been provided and given security by bank. Okay, bank is making sure the locker is secure, but you are not trusting bank completely that how they will able to handle your items or money. So you are keeping that money in locker, and bank is providing a key to you. Okay, and bank might have its own key, that's other case, but bank is giving some ownership to you. With this key, you will able to access the locker. If you lose this key, then you will not able to access the item, the information, the money inside the locker. So this is a second level of information, that you are not just giving the money or item to bank and you forget. You are asking you are taking some responsibility, and you are asking that I will also participate in securing the item by having the key. So are responsible for maintaining the key. If you lose the key, if you damage the key, you will not able to access the locker inside the bank. Okay, the locker will be provided by bank, the key will be provided by the bank, but here the maintenance and of the key is your responsibility. Third is you are asked creating the vault as well as the key by yourself. Okay, there are some people who don't trust bank completely, they don't trust the bank locker, they don't trust the bank key. Okay, in that scenario what you are asking, you are bringing your own suitcase or you are bringing your own vault and asking bank to securely put this locker and suitcase inside their heavy vault. So here bank doesn't know what you are keeping, bank doesn't know how to open this vault, they're just giving the security to this suitcase or vault. That's it. You might have seen this in movies, right? Okay, so this is related to money. Now let me go and cover same thing with your data. Okay, so now compare all the things which we have learned with related to data. Here, when you are moving your data in and out of S3, so this is your home, this is you, and this is your S3 bucket. So when you're uploading any data to S3 or you're downloading any data to from S3, this is called in transition, right? You are uploading and downloading the data over the internet. There are chances that any person can hack your transmission and breach your data. Okay, they can breach your transmission and hack to your data and get the information what you are uploading and downloading. Majorly this scenarios happens when you are doing a transaction, banking transactions. On a daily basis you are doing UPI, right? So in that scenario the communication should be highly secure. So if some person try to hack your communication, they should not able to decrypt. What is the information you are sharing? Your account number, your password, okay, the third person account number, and so on. So in this scenario, it should be very much secure. So if you are interacting with AWS, I told you it is working on HTTP protocol. Okay, Amazon has upgraded to HTTPS protocol. Okay, secure. So any communication which you are doing in cloud, in Amazon cloud, all the communications are secure using HTTPS protocol. So you are communicating using HTTPS protocol and it is highly secure by default. It Amazon has adopted SSL and TSL certificates, which are secure transmission protocols, which help you to securely transmit your data. So if anybody tries to hack or try to overtake your communication, still they will not able to understand what's there inside that. So SSL and TSL are secure socket layer and transport layer security, which are highly secure. They are encrypted by default, so nobody will able to decrypt. Okay, so when you are uploading your data or downloading your data or you are interacting with AWS over the internet, it is highly secure. Okay, your communication is encrypted by default. So if third person is trying to hack your data, your transmission, they will not able to understand what's there inside the what you are trying to transmit. Okay, so this is called in transition. So in transition, it is been handled by AWS by how? By using HTTPS protocol and enabling SSS and TSL certificates. So one part is done, that you can securely upload or download the data from S3. Now, what if you, after uploading the data, it is called data at rest. So you have already uploaded your data to S3. Your file is here. Now you have to make sure that this file is encrypted. In many organizations, it is mandatory to encrypt your data, just like in banking sector. If you are dealing with banking sector or you're dealing with customer data, okay. So it is mandatory to encrypt your data. So that's why encryption is important. Okay. Now, after you upload your data to S3, it is called data at rest. Now there are three ways how you can encrypt your data in S3. Okay, there are broadly there are two ways. Inside that there are three subpart. So first is client side encryption. Now what is client side encryption? So right now this is your local laptop. What you can do before uploading the file, similar to the what we have done here, you encrypt your data, you encrypt your messages on your on-premise or your on your local system. Before transmitting to S3, you encrypt it, and after encryption you can upload the data. So the data which is here, it is already encrypted. Here Amazon is not playing any role in encryption. It's your responsibility how you want to encrypt your data. So after downloading the data, again the files will be in encrypted format, and you are responsible to decrypt before consuming it. This is called client side encryption. So basically you are doing the encryption at your home, at your on premise, in your local system, and then you're uploading the data to S3. So data is already encrypted, and Amazon is not playing any part in encryption. You are the whole person who is doing the encryption part. Majorly, this type of encryption is done by military people or high level bank data. Okay, this is called client side. So you are responsible for encrypting the data. Now, second part is server side encryption. Server side encryption basically means after you upload your data from your on premise or from your local system, you are asking Amazon to encrypt your data inside the cloud. This is your file, this is your own file you have uploaded to S3. Now you want this file to be encrypted. Okay, you don't have any tool, you don't have any capacity to encrypt this data. You are asking Amazon to encrypt this data for you. That is called server side encryption. It is called server side encryption. You are asking the server, you are asking the Amazon or S3 to encrypt your data for you. Okay, so there are broadly two type of encryption. Now tell me, okay, next is Amazon is providing encryption to your data at free of cost. Now tell me, if you are working on clients and encryption, that means you have to encrypt this file at your on premise. So you need some code, you need some mechanism, you need some keys to encrypt this data. And if this is a 10 GB file, okay, in your company there are 10 GB, hundreds of GBs of data on a daily basis. So you can see how much resources you need to consume or you need to provide to just encrypt this data before uploading to S3. On a daily basis, if you are generating hundreds of GBs of data and you are doing encryption at your on premise, you require a huge amount of RAM, you require a huge amount of CPU to just encrypt the data. It's called client side encryption. So if you are encrypting your data at on premise, you require huge amount of resources, basically money, in the end of the day. To encrypt your data, you might be spending a lot of more money. But Amazon S3 is providing encryption at free of cost to you. Amazon will take care of encryption completely. That is server side encryption. Okay. Still, there are many companies. There are still many projects or requirement where you need to encrypt your data at your own house or in your on premise. Right? That's a special case. But in general, nowadays everybody is opting that Amazon will do the encryption for me because it's free of cost. Why should I pay money? Why should I encrypt my data at my on premise and spend a lot of money and resources? Right? So that is server side encryption. Now, in server side encryption, there are three ways or three keys management that we have to consider. Okay. Till now, anybody has any question? So let me just give you a brief. So there are broadly two type of methods. You have to encrypt the data when the data is moving from one place to another, or when the data is at rest. So after moving your data or before moving your data, you have to encrypt. You have to encrypt it. So when you are moving your data from on-premise to cloud or from the cloud to on-premise, when it's in transition, so Amazon is using SSL and TSL certificates, or it is working on HTTPS protocol, which comes with SSL and TSL certificate. That's why it is highly secure and nobody will able to hide able to crack your data. Second is at rest. So when the data is already uploaded to S3 or before uploading to S3, you can do the encryption. So if you are encrypting your data before uploading to S3, it is called client-side encryption. At your on-premise, at your local system, you are encrypting the data and then you are uploading it to S3. Next is server-side encryption. Amazon S3 is providing you free encryption. You can encrypt your data at free of cost in Amazon. Okay, so all the data which is kept in Amazon can be encrypted, and if somebody tries to hack the data, they will not able to understand what's written inside that file. Okay, now here your three things are there. As I said, to encrypt a data you require a key. To encrypt a data you require a key and methodology. So primary let's focus on key first of all. Right, to encrypt the data you require a key. Now, who is going to create this key and who is going to manage this key is the important part. Who is going to create this key and manage this key is one of the important factor in server-side encryption, right? So first is S3 manage key. First is S3 manage key. You can compare this thing with that first case. You go to a bank and deposit your money and forget about it. How the bank is doing, keeping your money, how they are storing that money, you're not bothered about that. Similarly here, Amazon will create the key, Amazon will manage the key, Amazon will encrypt your data using this key. You are not bothered about anything. You're just saying that encrypt the data by S3 key. That's it. S3 is managing the key, S3 is managing the life cycle, S3 is managing everything. You're not bothered about anything about the key and the encryption methodologies. Okay, that is called key lifecycle as well. So after a certain period of time you have to change your key as well. So that's the other thing. So you are not bothered about how Amazon is managing the key, what is the life cycle, what is the symmetric asymmetric algorithms of the key, how the key is generated. You don't have to bother about anything. You're just instructing S3 that I want my data to be encrypted, and using your key, just encrypt it. That's it. Next is Amazon manage AWS manage key. Okay, here Amazon has provided a feature or a service where inside Amazon you can go and create your key. Okay, that is a key management service. So I will show you. Here you can go, you can create your own key, your custom key. Okay, you can select the algorithm, you can select some customization on your key, and you can ask Amazon to use this key to encrypt the data in S3. So Amazon will do the encryption, but you are providing the key. So you can compare this with second scenario where where bank is providing security but the key is managed by you. So if you lose the key, if you are not maintaining the key, you will not able to decrypt your data. Okay, so this is called Amazon managed key, Amazon key management service. So first is S3 managed key, SSC S3. This is a short form for that. S3 managed key. Second is AWS key management service managed key, that is SSC KMS. KMS is basically key management service. So if you want to encrypt your data using your own key in Amazon, you can use KMS service, and you can encrypt your data using SSC KMS. Server side encryption KMS. Server side encryption S3 managed key. Okay, server side encryption key management service. So keys are generated by you. This is a short form. Now third is, you don't want to create the key in Amazon. You are asking, you have created a key at your on premise, and you are asking Amazon to use this on premise key to encrypt your data. That is server side encryption with customer provided key. That's the third option. You are bringing your locker. You are bringing your locker with you, right? So these are the three keys, and Amazon will do the encryption for you. Any question? किसी को समझ नहीं आया तो बताइए. Clear है?
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning, Parag.
Yeah.
So how Amazon will get to know that we want this data and this will be encrypted?
So while that's we are going to do in the lab. Okay, so we have to instruct the Amazon that we want to do encryption. So let me show you the
Okay.
lab first. Then that's the next part, that how it is done. Even behind the scene, what it is, what's going on. Also, I will explain you. But let's go to the lab.
Okay.
But how encryption, theory of encryption is clear.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so let's go to the lab. This is your bucket, right? So now let me clear the all the files, all the folders which was uploaded previously. Let me delete them. Permanent delete. Okay, now there is no file or no object in my S3. Now click on upload, add a file, select any file and upload. Now you can go to the permissions or property. So this is a storage class. Yesterday we have learned. If you scroll down a little more, you can see server side encryption, right? So server side encryption, that means you are asking Amazon to encrypt your data for you. Otherwise, client side encryption is basically you are encrypting your data and uploading to S3. Amazon is not bothered about that. Okay, now it is server side encryption. Previously I told you that before 2022 you can keep your data in S3 without doing any encryption. Okay, so Amazon will not do any encryption for you. But after 2022, Amazon has done or Amazon has implemented that all the data which will be kept in S3 will be encrypted. There will be a default encryption done by Amazon. Even if you have encrypt your data at your on premise, Amazon will do a next level encryption on that data. So whatever the data they are keeping in S3 will be in encrypted format by default. Now come if they are doing encryption, so there are three ways which can you can do the encryption. Amazon managed key, you can manage your own key, and customer provided key. So that's what here we are going to learn. So you can see here server side encryption. Server side encryption protects data at rest. Server side encryption do not specify any encryption key. The bucket setting will be implemented here. So remember when we created the bucket, we have that time also we specify the encryption method. So when you create a bucket, it is asking you for the encryption type, default encryption. Right here you can see SSC S3, SSC KMS, then DSSC KMS. This is a new dual layer server side encryption, not required right now. So if while uploading the data, you have two options now. Either go with the default property of your bucket, or you can specify your encryption. Okay. So while uploading, you are telling Amazon that what type of encryption do you want to enable. So you can see use the bucket setting. No, I don't want to use bucket setting as of now. Let's go to understand how you can encrypt your data. How you can ask Amazon to encrypt your data. So specify the key and override the setting. Okay. If you don't want to override, the bucket property will implement. Now, server side encryption with Amazon managed key. Server side encryption with Amazon managed key, that is SSE hyphen S3. Okay, here you are saying that Amazon, please encrypt my data using your own key. Using your own key. So I will show you in all the accounts, Amazon has created some default keys. In your account also, there will be some keys which has been generated and managed by Amazon. So you have to go in KMS service. KMS is key management service. आपको KMS में जाना है, and here you can see Amazon managed key. So these are the keys which are generated, managed, and uh, deleted, or everything is done by Amazon. So in your account also you will find some keys. Okay. So you can see here AWS S3. So this is the key which is been generated by Amazon for your account. Okay, this is a key which is generated by Amazon for your account. It will be used by Amazon to encrypt your data or decrypt your data. This is Amazon. You can see the Amazon managed key. Okay, so when you click this, that means it will going to use this key to encrypt your data. There is a key ID as well. Okay, so server side encryption with Amazon managed key. Now, okay, let me upload. Let me show you. Just click on upload. So as soon as you click this, Amazon will get to know which key it has to use, and it has to encrypt your data. So previously it was an option that you don't want to encrypt, that's fine, but now it's mandatory to encrypt your data. So as soon as you click on encryption methodology, Amazon will get to know that this key has to be used and this data need to be encrypted with this key. So your data, this file is encrypted. So if you scroll down, this object is encrypted, and you can see the key is SSC S3 encryption type. So if you can find out here, if you have a old data, okay, if your bucket is older than which is created before 2022, there might be scenario where you can upload the data without encryption. Let me check. This is my old data. old bucket which is created before 2022. Yeah. So if I'm not uploading, the file will be uploaded with default encryption. Yeah. I think Amazon has gone mandatory that all the buckets should be encrypted. Okay. So now it's mandatory to encrypt your data. Let me check in the bucket property. Yes, by default this is encryption. So I can't turn it off. You can't turn the encryption off in your bucket now. Previously it was optional. Okay. Now this file is encrypted with S3 manage key which is managed by S3. Now you can create your own key. You can see customer manage key. You can go here. You can create your own key. There are some methods: symmetric, asymmetric, encryption methodology, decryption methodology, sign and verify. There are so many advanced features are there to create your key. Okay, there are so if you are in security, then you have to read it, or when you are creating the key, you have to read this information and understand what are the features here. But if you are creating the key, you have to manage this key, and each key is $0.5 per month. If you are creating a key, it will be charges $0.5 per month, and it is not in free tier. Keys free tier में नहीं आती है, and if you are creating a key, it will be charge you $0.5 per month. The moment you create the key, $0.5 will be charged. Okay, 50 rupees, 40 rupees or 50 rupees will be charged for you to create a key. Okay, so you can create your key, systematic key, and you can keep it default and just give a name here, my key, and you can just use it. Okay, next you can select define the administrative permission. Okay, not required. Next. Okay, if you click here, the key will be created, but if you click on finish, then you will get the charge. So that's why I'm not creating a key. Okay, this is a customer manage key. Here, now if you have created the key, you can use it while uploading the data. So let me show you how. So this is again new file I'm trying to upload. Click on property, scroll it down, server side encryption. Override the bucket setting. Here you can see server side encryption. Amazon will do the encryption for you, but you have to provide the key. So if you click here, you have to provide the key. So right now, as there is no key by created by you, so it is asking, can you it Amazon provided key can be used as KMS. So there is no key created by you. So if you check here, the key which is created by Amazon. Okay, you can check 5A6F, 5A6F. It will show that key. So this is the name of that key, AWS S3. If you create your own key, you will find the list here in the drop down, and you can use that key. Okay, so there are options that you can choose from drop down, or you can just give the name of the key. That's the option. So let's assume that the key was created by you. This is a KMS key, the key created by you, even though it is created by Amazon. But assume that right now this key was created by you. So you can select that key, and you can just upload the data. Now you can see server-side encryption with key management service key. Okay, so this is the key which is used to encrypt your data. Your data is encrypted with SSC KMS. SSC KMS. So you have to provide the key while uploading the data. In the case of KMS, in the case of SSC S3, you don't have to provide the key. Amazon will pick up the key by its own. Whatever key it's finding suitable, it is going to pick up and it will encrypt your data. Okay. And the third option, to encrypt your data while uploading by customer provided key, you can't use from console. Okay, can't use console. You can see dual layer encryption. Okay, they have removed that SS server. Okay, so SSC C, that is a server side encryption using customer provided key. So it is used by command line or programmatic way you can use it, because the keys is at your own premise. It's not with S3. Okay, this method is used by when you are uploading through CLI. It is not used in console. आप console से नहीं कर सकते. So there are three ways where you can encrypt your data. Any question? So let me show you one more time. Upload your data. Upload any file. Select any file. Go to the property. Click on specify the encryption. Override the setting. Either select SSC S3 or KMS. SSC S3 means you are not specifying any key. The key is been selected by Amazon for you. Here, if you're selecting KMS, so you have to pass the keys which is in your account, either created by Amazon or the key which is created by you. And just click on upload. Okay, click on upload. So now you can see this file is encrypted using KMS. Any question? Done? Clear? So in a very simple, I have given you in detail, but for exam point of view, for interview and for general, there are three type of encryption in a broad way: in transition, at rest, in transition, server side encryption or client side encryption. In client side encryption, you do encrypt your data and upload at your on premise. Server side encryption, Amazon will do the encryption for you. That is called server side encryption. It's free of cost, but you have to understand who is managing the key. If Amazon is managing the key, it is called server side encryption S3. So SSC S3. If you are creating your own key or using Amazon key, it is KMS. That is server side encryption with KMS. So SSC KMS. And if you are creating your own key at your own premise and asking Amazon to use that key to encrypt your data, it is server side encryption with customer provided key. Okay. In your practical, in your lab, it's very easy. You just have to go to the property and you can just select the key which you want to use or method which you want to use. Even after uploading the data also, you can change the methodology. After uploading also, you can change the encryption methodology. So this is the encryption key settings. If you click on edit, you can change the setting. It was KMS right now. I'm converting into SSC SC. SSC S3. So you have changed from KMS to S3. So you can edit the setting after uploading the file as well. You can change the encryption methodology after uploading the file as well. Any question? So there is no charge in encryption. There is no charge while keeping the data in encrypted format. You have to pay for the data charge, not the encryption charge. Or if you're creating the key, so $0.5 per month is the KMS charge for per key, half a dollar. Sorry, $1. My bad. $1 per month is the charge for one key. Okay, there is no free tier. There is no free keys available in free tier. So you can see pricing here. $1 one key, and how many times you are using that key. Any question in encryption, guys? समझ आया? लैब इजी है उसका एंक्रिप्शन का, बट थियरी यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. जस्ट नो. क्लियर? If encryption is clear, let's go and do a fun activity, and let's create a website in S3. Let's host a website. Okay. How many of you know HTML? What is HTML? सुना है HTML के बारे में? What is HTML?
Yes, sir. Hypertext markup language, which is used to design the web pages.
Right. It is used to design the web pages. Okay. It is just a simple code, few lines of code. You can design your website. Okay. So all this thing is in HTML. If you go click on right click and inspect your browser, you can see everything is in HTML. You can see HTML. All your websites right now are working on HTML protocol or language, right? So just read a little bit about HTML. It's not that mandatory. Okay, कोई एग्जाम में कोई वगैरह में नहीं है, but I will just give you a brief how the websites are designed. So you have to write your code in HTML. HTML has couple of components. Okay, one is called head, another is called body. Okay, inside the body it is called headline and paragraph. These are the couple of concept in HTML. Okay, so what is S? This is called HTML. This is the end. Okay, here it is start of your page, and this is the end of your page. Inside that it is a heading, title वगैरह जो भी रहता है ना आपके यहाँ पे. This is, so you can put it here. Body, this is the whole page which you are looking is comes under body. So this is the start of the body, this is the end of the body. So whatever things you are looking right now, it comes under body. If you click here inspect, you will see everything in here. Body. Head is basically, if you highlight all the information like your URL, your tab name comes under head. So let's skip the head right now. Head is not important. Let's focus on body. So you can see the section which I'm selecting, it is highlighting in your left side. Whatever I'm selecting, it is highlighting in the left side. So H1, H2, H3, H4, this is headlines. So, or basically the title lines. And P is referred as paragraph. So this is a style, this is a format in which HTML creates your page. Okay. It's a simple headline. So H1 basically this is the font which it defines H1, H2, H3, H4, H6. So you can check it out. So W3 School is a very good website to learn HTML. So you can see if you are writing H1, this is how it will print or it will look like on your HTML page. Let's create a very simple HTML page. W3 School is a very good website where you can learn a lot. उसके बाद बहुत सारे वो है HTML page has a lot of content. W3 School has a lot of content: HTML, Java, CSS, Python, Java, JavaScript, C++, React. So you can learn a lot of,
SQL also.
yeah, you can learn a lot of things on W3 School. It's a very good website. You can see. Now coming to here, this is a simple website. You can just use this template and create your own HTML page. You can see. So let's do that in our local system. Just open any notepad. Okay. Just write HTML. If you are starting the thing, you have to end it HTML. Okay, and just save it as of now. So I'm saving it on, let's say, downloads. And you have to give any name. I'm giving index.html. It should end with HTML and save as all files. So if you go here in your download folder, so you can see this file I have just created. If you open in browser, if you open in this in browser, right now you can see there is nothing. Why? I have not put anything in the file. I just started and ended. Here you have to enter a body. So if you are starting a body, you have to end a body. Save the file, and if you refresh it, that this file, you can see it is open from a local system. Still there is nothing. We have not printed anything. To print it, you have to pass h1 or paragraph h1 or h1 2 3 4 anything. This is highlight and paragraph, and the paragraph, we are learning to host website in S3. Okay, we are learning to host a website in S3. So I have saved this file and let me just refresh it. So you can see it has giving me the information here, writing the information here. This is a very simple HTML page. It's a very simple HTML page. Okay, so my file is ready. This my assume that this is a website, simple website. Okay, simple HTML website. This is how actually all the websites are created, starting with simple example. Okay, now in S3 you can host this website. Right now, where this file is been loaded from my local system. तो MC मेरे local पे चलेगा, right? If you want to host this website for all the across the world, you need server. You need a server to host a website. You need a server. So there are two types of website in general. Do you know that? In nowadays, so let me open a page. To host a website, you require a machine. In this machine, you will upload your HTML pages. जो भी हमने भी page बनाया, You will upload this all the information, HTML pages, including images and other JavaScripts, uh, front end, CSS, all this information. This is a package you will upload in this server, and this server will help you to host the website for all the world. आपको एक वेब होस्टिंग सर्वर बनाना पड़ता है. You can even create your local laptop as web hosting server. Okay, so you can install some software which will help you to host a website from your laptop, but your laptop should be running up and running to serve to millions of people. Okay, अगर आप that's this is called system वेब होस्टिंग सर्वर. एक मशीन चाहिए जहाँ पे आप ये फाइल्स अपलोड कर दो और वो लाइव करके रखेगी, जिससे अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड यू कैन एक्सेस दैट website. This is a basics of HTML website. Very simple. Now, websites. Coming to website, there are two types of website. One is static, another is dynamic. What is static website? And what is dynamic? Anybody knows? From the word, can you guess static and dynamic websites? Yes, no?
I can explain for dynamic. Dynamic means we can access, anybody can access, means publish website. That will be dynamic.
Both are published.
I think.
Both are published.
Okay. Then don't know much difference.
So static website is something where you can say that the data is constant, like any kind of a documentation website you can have. But in dynamic, you can say that the content is flexible according to the user, like whatever
Right.
or maybe the different data is available on the website that is dynamic.
So very broadly, I will explain you static website and dynamic. So Wikipedia is a very static website. If you are opening Mahatma Gandhi Wikipedia, right? This is a static website. If I'm logging, checking this website, and you are checking this website, the content will be same, right? And it is going to change over the period of time? No. You can inspect this. If I click on refresh n number of times, same content will be populated again and again. And you can see the section. Different section. Okay. If you highlight, it will give you the section which you are selecting. Right? So this is a static website. So Wikipedia is one of the best website to learn if you are interested in HTML, basic information at least. You can start if anybody is interested in the front end, they can just check Wikipedia, how it is designed, how it is created. Okay, so whatever the things I'm selecting, it is highlighting that. You can see. So heading. So I'm selecting right now this name. Okay. So this is a simple static website. It's not going to change over the period of time or if any other user is logging into this website. It's a static website. Dynamic website. Your YouTube, your Facebook, Instagram, or any social media website. If you are just okay, right now this is, you can see I have not logged in. If I click refresh, the content will change again, right? So this is dynamic website, and it is moreover user specific as well. Okay, this is called static and dynamic website. So IRCTC is a static or dynamic website. IRCTC. Moreover, it comes in static website, but content can be loaded dynamically. Means the search result are dynamic. Otherwise, website is static. So now this website which we have created, it's static or it's dynamic?
That is
Clear? This is a static website. Now just I want to host this website. I told you I require a server. Okay, I require a machine to host this website. It can be static or it can be dynamic. But uh, for static website, Amazon S3 gives you a provision that you can host a website in S3. Okay, so create a bucket, give a name, my web hosting bucket 2023. Let me check if I can create ACL enable. Right now, just click on unblock this, unclick this, okay, public access. Agree, I'm giving public access, and click on create bucket. So tomorrow I will explain you what is public and private bucket. Okay, so this is my bucket, my web hosting bucket. Object can be public. Click on here, click on properties, scroll down, you can see web hosting, right? Click edit, enable it, and you have to pass the file name, which file you want to pass. Before that, let's upload this our HTML page. Click on upload, add the file, go to your downloads, upload it. Okay, and here in the permission you have to give public access. So what is public access? We'll cover that tomorrow. How can give a public access to a file, grant public access. Okay, so because this website needs to be accessed by over the internet, upload. So you have uploaded your index.html file. Now go to the bucket property, scroll down, enable the web hosting, click on edit. On a very minimal charge, 10 rupees, 20 rupees per month, you can host your own website. Give the file name index.html. Okay, and just save. That's it. And click on enable and give the file name. That's it. You don't have to do any other changes. Done. Your website is hosted. Again, go to your bucket, go to the property, scroll down. Now you can see web hosting is enabled, and this is your website URL. This is your website URL. If you click here, you can see now. Even you can access this website using this URL. S3 is designed to host a static website, and you can check in the URL. There is my bucket name. If you check in the URL, there is my bucket name. This is the reason why we required the bucket name to be unique, so that it can be used as a static website. It can be used as a static website. Have you observed that same URL is landing on, let's say, google.com is landing on Google, sometimes it's landing on Facebook. Did it happen? No. Each URL is specific to a particular HTML file. In Google, it's Google server. In Facebook, it's Facebook server. Here, this URL contains your bucket name. This is again static, but here it's your bucket name. That's why the bucket name should be unique globally. So if you're hosting a website on your bucket, it should not conflict with another name. So if you're, that's why Amazon is asking you to have a unique name on your bucket. Your bucket name will be used as a static website. Clear? कैसे website host करना है? Okay. Now I will just show you one more thing. How many of you know that nowadays web hosting templates are available? website templates are available. Just search website templates on Google. Okay. uh, Free downloads. Yes. Freecss.com is the website, you can check it out. Here you can download your website template. Okay. Next, let's say you are designing a website on coffee. You want to design a website regarding your coffee shop or something. So you can just download the template. This is a template. Just unzip it. Nice. So you can see these are all the files are available. Index.html. If you double click here, you can see this website has started in my local system. Okay. Here you can see about gallery, service, contact information, something like that. Okay. So you can download this template. You can modify. You can change the images. All these things. Okay. Like here, I can see the contact call number or email ID. So you can just go to contact us. Yes. About us. Edit this page if you are good in HTML. Okay. Go here. Let me search the Gmail. Yes. Demo. Instead of that, S3 cloud at gmail.com. Mobile number. Let it be address Pune. Okay. I'm have done some changes. Now just refresh the page again. Now you can see Pune S3 cloud email.com. Something you can modify according to you. So there are so many templates are available or then you can download. So this is one template which I have downloaded. Let me upload this whole template, all the files in my S3 bucket. Delete the previous file. Delete the previous file and upload all the files. Generally I do drag and drop. Okay, there are all the files are available here. Go to the permission and give public access. Okay, all the files are uploaded. Okay, now this is my previous this is my URL for S3 bucket. If you go here, you can check this is the URL. You can use this or it was already open. I will just click on refresh. Now on this URL, I have hosted my complete website. This is a static website. This is a hosting a static website on your S3 bucket. Only thing I have to tell you is how to make your bucket public. That we will cover tomorrow. Public and private and how to upload a public file. That's it. Interesting? How to host a website in S3? Okay, and you can keep this thing. You don't have to worry about the charges. There's a very minimum charges like 10-20 rupees per month to host a website, and depending on the traffic it can vary, but it's very cheap. Okay, any question here?